Semen retention. You might just become overpowered. I get asked pretty often when the conversation arises and when the subject comes up, why, of my own accord, would I give up the most pleasurable thing that a human could engage with? Why would I give up intimacy? Why would I give up constant indulgence in lust? It's one of the most beautiful, pleasurable things a human could experience. Why would I give this up of my own accord? Simply, I talk about semen retention a lot, not because I want to, but simply because I am obsessed with power. Power, it sounds very abstract. What do I mean by power? Well, simply, I view power, personally, for me, as control and influence. Semen retention gives me power because semen retention gives me power over myself. It gives me control over myself, and it gives me influence over the rest of the world. And that is more valuable to me than 6 seconds of all over the frickin' walls with a woman. And that's simply how it is for me. Because understand that the most powerful person in the room is simply the one with the most energy. The person who holds the most influence is simply the one with the deepest, quietest level of powerful self-assuredness, presence, and confidence. They are so freaking grounded that simply because they think, reality shifts. And that may seem abstract and woo-woo, but once you've experienced this, you will deeply know what I'm speaking of. When you put together nice, solid, long streaks of retention, of holding your energy, of giving up the one thing that you want most so that you can gain everything, you will know what I'm talking about. Think about this. Theoretically, who would be the most powerful being in existence? Whether there's a God or not, if we would talk about God, this isn't a conversation about whether you believe in God, but humor me for a moment. If there was a God, what makes him so powerful? The instant he thinks something, the instant he wants something, boom, it is manifested into physical form. It is manifested into reality simply because he thinks and he knows it, boom, it exists. That means that the sooner that you can have a thought and then actualize that into reality, you are becoming more powerful. If typically you would think of something, you'd have an idea, and it would take you a year to accomplish it. But now, because of something that has changed internally in your psyche, in your body, in your soul, now that same thing that energetically and fundamentally would have taken you a full year to complete and actualize and bring into existence, now you can think it, you can visualize it, and now you can do it in a 3-month stretch of time. You, my friend, have objectively become more powerful. You have basically been able to hold more of potent life force, the creative power of God. You are becoming more godlike. And I'm just using, hopefully this is getting across, I'm just using these words to try to display a point here. I'm not saying you're actually fundamentally becoming God, but you get what I'm saying. You're becoming more powerful because you have so much energy, so much drive, so much clarity, so much freaking life force just flowing through your veins that as soon as you think of something, it happens like that. The dishes need to be done. Oh, I just don't. Boom. You have so much energy. You just have to do it. You have to do the dishes. You have to make that video. You have to go to the gym. You see, you think, you do, and it is done. And this is simply what you will experience when you walk the path of semen retention. You will become so powerful, not because you're dominating others or dominating life. You're simply dominating yourself. You're dominating your own energy. You're dominating your own mind by becoming disciplined to get everything you want You have to give up the one thing that you want. If you're a man and you've got a ball sack and you have raging healthy hormones, usually if you have not conquered the addiction that is your lust, you got one thing on your mind pretty much all the time, and that's booty. So if you can overcome that, if you can work on your addiction, if you can overcome basically the pull of the feminine energy, and you can bring your focus back into the mission at hand. That is your mission here on earth, whatever that is for you, your highest excitement. What are you here to do? And you can pull it away from the distraction that is the feminine energy. And you can pour that energy, attention, and focus into your mission. You, my friend, are going to be a powerful fucking conduit for the energy of God and the energy of the universe. Becoming powerful simply comes down to the amount of energy that you hold and guard for yourself. Not abstract, fragmented, scattered mental energy. I'm talking about a pure, focused, whole energy. You are so centered in your own body, in your own energy. It almost feels like you're in a bubble of energy, is the best way I can describe it. When you put together nice long streaks of semen retention, you feel like you are just surrounded by a powerful, strong bubble of your own fucking energy where nothing can touch you. Yes, you still engage with the world. Yes, you still do what you need to do. You go to your job, you do the dishes, you make your bed, you engage with your affairs, and you become responsible and do the things you need to do. But no matter what happens, it doesn't matter whether you crash your freaking car, whether you're about to get evicted, you're so confident and so sure of yourself because you just feel untouchable. You feel like the universe is working in your favor. And this isn't just some idea I pull out of my ass. This is something that God and the universe has showed me the longer I have committed myself to this practice that is becoming sexually disciplined. You need to learn to protect your energy like a king protects his crown. Because really, this is your crowning energy. This is the most powerful asset that you have as a man. The saying, health is true wealth, is, I know it sounds cliche, but it's true, and it has become a trope for a reason. Because true health, what is health? The ability to be full of energy and do what you need to do and feel good. That is simply life force, energy, prana, chi. You're just flowing with voltage, with electricity, with inspiration, with creative drive to do things in the world and to act in this reality. That is true health. And if you're constantly draining your energy, you are draining your health and vitality. So if you conserve and become more mindful with how you are spending your health and your vitality and your energy, you are basically holding more of your wealth. That is your true wealth. It doesn't matter how much money you have in the bank, what kind of car you drive, what type of apartment you live in. I'm not trying to take away from any external achievements you may have achieved, and I still want to achieve external things in my life as well, because you only got one for right now. So I want to live it to the fullest and experience those things. But fundamentally, all of those things would become void if you lost your energy, you lost your presence, you lost your clarity, and you lost your health. Your energy. I'm not talking about a little bit of synthetic energy from caffeine or a pill or from drugs. I'm talking about true presence, true core fucking energy, bro. What are you saying? Like, where's the science to back this up? I'm sure there will be many studies published on this subject in the future, but for right now, just shut your freaking mouth about but I need somebody else to give me permission to try this out. How about you just freaking do it and see what I'm talking about and see what changes? The majority of people viewing this video, they're already doing this. So if you're one of those people, this is just a reminder. Keep doing what you're fucking doing. Become more powerful. Become so full of your own testosterone and your own energy and your own voltage that nothing can touch you. Anything that you think becomes a reality. Your ability to manifest is put on fucking steroids. You are becoming a god amongst men. And I'm only half joking, but again, with the analogy that I put forth earlier, the example, if the idea of God, the perfect example of a divine, infinitely powerful, omnipotent creator is it thinks and instantly, there's no lag of time between when it thinks and what is created, the more energy that you hold, the more influence you have on reality. Where if you think something, you keep shortening the time when it gets done, you are becoming more godlike. It is a progression, it is a growth. And truly, that is your birthright. If the idea of God is that it is so full of life force, it can poof, just create life because it exists. Isn't that what you do when you create babies? You're so full of energy, so full of passion, that you come together with a woman and you just, in a sacred act of union, you explode into each other and you create life, the spark that is truly your divine self. You just give part of your life and create life. I think sex is a beautiful thing. And I mean, probably one of the most beautiful things I will ever do is to bring children into this life, God willing. But if you're not going to be doing that, if you're not going to be engaging in a sacred act of union with a woman to build a baby, hold that energy for yourself. You can use the energy to create a life, or you can use it to create your life. And if you want to engage with pleasure, I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I do it every once in a while, and you got to do you, bro. It doesn't really matter. You just simply need to figure out what you're doing for you. But that energy is the energy that you have from your creator. You hold the power of God in your energy. And instead of wasting it, how about you just say, how would this benefit my life if I spent it productively? Don't fucking complain that you have no energy if you're just going to spend it. Don't complain to me that you're broke when you go out and spend $200 every single night at the bar on drinks. It's like, you have money, you're just being flippant with it. You're just spending it way too fucking much. Get a little disciplined. If the universe is going to hand you $100 every single day, you just go and just rip it up like a fucking idiot. Dude, seriously, stop it. Don't complain to me that you're depressed if you're just going to be busting nuts without a second thought. Because if you say you're depressed, what you're telling me is you're low dopamine. I don't have a lot of dopamine in my brain, therefore I feel depressed. If you have a lot of dopamine, you feel good. Don't tell me you feel depressed. Don't tell me you feel like you have low amounts of dopamine in your system if you're going to just spend all your dopamine. It's that freaking simple, bro. It's that freaking simple. At any given moment, the most powerful person in the room is the one that holds the most energy. The deepest level of quietly powerful self-assurance. I will continue to fail until I master this thing. I'm not some guru. I'm just a freaking 22-year-old kid who realized that God gave me energy and I was being undisciplined with it, and I need to hold it so that I can become a powerful vessel in my creator's hand. I don't know what the hell is going on this earth. I don't know what the actual crap is going on. But I know it's divine, and I know I play a role in it, which is why I'm here, and which is why you are here as well. And to actualize God's purpose for your life, you need energy and you need your clarity. So don't be wasting it. You want to become a powerful tool and vessel for the work of the universe, for your creator. And that is why you are here. So there's many things of your life that you will need to fix over time. But right now, you're watching this video is because you feel called to get over this addiction of lust and to hold your goddamn nuts in, to hold your seed, your creative life force. Because the universe wants to create a beautiful reality around you, through you. But if you're just gonna spend it here, let's look up the boob tube. It's like, dude, just stop wasting that energy and spend it here. Let me use that energy to create this beautiful life for you and for the people around you and for the collective society at large. A lot of this stuff is no-brainer. I don't know why I have to keep making these videos. And at some fundamental level, I think I mostly make these for myself, just to keep myself locked in on the path. Because, bro, I am not perfect. Far from it. I ain't some guru. I'm not a teacher. I'm simply a guy who is learning things. and hopefully you can learn something from them as well. So if you want to join me and the other guys in the Telegram, jump in there. I will put the link below. And if you want to support me, I've been asked this question, if you know, how do I support you? Well, I actually have a Patreon now where if you want more videos just like this, but also they're going to get a little more raw, certain things that I just can't post here on YouTube. Check out the Patreon because I will be posting to there very, very regularly. And you get more videos, more raw videos, and you can support me as well. And hopefully we can continue to do what we know we need to do. And for guys like you and me, it's pretty simple. Let's get sober. Let's let our balls fill. And let's sit in that fucking fire because that's what God told us to do. I will see you in the Telegram, the Patreon, or maybe just simply the next video. Peace out, dude. Have a good night.